Hey. Hey guys, before we start this video, I just want to talk about Windows 10. If you're not aware, Windows 10 will end all support and Windows updates on October 14th of 2025. So next year, on October 14th, Windows 10 will come to its end. And I want to let you know that we are working on putting together a Windows 10 versus Windows 11 workshop so that we can help you be able to learn the differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11. Hope to have that workshop put together, hopefully here by maybe February, April, maybe February is what I'm going to shoot for. But just understand that we are putting together a workshop. We'll give you the details later in February of how you can attend those workshops. Plus, there will be Windows 10 versus Windows 11 videos that we will upload onto this channel. Now let's start the video. Hey, welcome back to another Tech Support Spy video. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching our videos here on Tech Support Spy's YouTube channel. If you like our content, please like this video, comment below, and share this video with everyone so they can start watching the videos. Let's talk about Windows 10, and it's coming to an end. It ends on October 14th of 2025, so the support, the updates for Windows 10 will end, and Microsoft will start pushing for everyone to get off Windows 10 and start transitioning over to Windows 11 or Windows 12. Windows 12 should be coming out. There should be some more news and updates on when Windows 12 will come out here next year. So some of you Windows 10 scientists will have to look at transitioning over from Windows 10 over to Windows 11. You'll still have some ability to keep Windows 10 updated, especially the security updates, if you want to continue to use Windows 10 after October 14th of 2025. So in this video, we're going to talk about Microsoft's ESU program, or their Extended Security Update program. We're going to read an article from Techradar. A little old, came out back in October, or at least late October, but we're going to at least share this information with you so that you can understand what's happening with Windows 10, how you can extend the updates for Windows 10, and you can then make a decision when you want to transition over to Windows 11. That's all I got for you. If you're ready to see what I have for you, let's dive into the video, shall we? All right, guys, let's take a look at this article. This is from Techradar. This is a good publication for all technical and computer news, and I try to stay up to date with Techradar. It talks about you Windows 10 diehards, you scientists, can keep their beloved OS secure for a little while longer for a fee. We'll get into that, as Microsoft pleads with them to be reasonable. So for an extra $30, you'll be able to keep Windows 10 secure until October of 2026. So basically giving you a 1-year option to keep the updates coming from Microsoft until basically 2026 for 1 year for $30. So let's talk about this. So it talks about Windows 10 is one of the most popular operating systems out there. It is. I still think Windows XP and Windows 7 is probably the best Windows operating systems that Microsoft has ever put out. That's just my opinion. And Microsoft is extending an olive branch of sorts to Windows 10 diehards or scientists, and continue to resist the call to upgrade by offering Windows 10 users an additional year of security support or updates. But it won't be free. In a new blog post, and we're going to talk about this blog here in just a moment here, about the benefits of upgrading Windows 11, of which there are several to be sure, Microsoft discloses that a new Extended Security Update, ESU, program will be available for all users, not just enterprise or educational users unwilling or unable to upgrade to Windows 11 after support ends for the vulnerable OS on October 14th of 2025. So usually for extended updates, loosely enterprise licensed users will get the extended updates after the operating system support ends, and plus educational users. So university users that got a Windows 10 or Windows 8 license, loosely, if when the operating system ends support or updates, Those users who have a enterprise license for Windows or a educational license, universities, college, they continue to get security updates once the operating system support ends. So it talks about for an additional $30, you will be able to get security updates for Windows 10, but not any new features. That makes sense, right? The basically the Windows 10 is coming to the end of life, right? So there's no need to continue to give you new features and updates, but you can still get security updates to keep your Windows 10 system from getting hacked or having any type of vulnerabilities to where you don't get any viruses or Windows 10 continue to try to protect your system to keep hackers or keep your system from getting any type of hacking done to your Windows 10 system. So it talks about users will be able to enroll into or in the new ESU program later next year near the October 25th end of life or end of support deadline. The announcement of the new ESU program comes at the very end of the blog post, which we'll look at here in just a moment, most of which is pretty much a hard sell on the benefits of switching to Windows 11, something that Microsoft has struggled to convince people to do. And he goes into every user experience with Windows 11 will be different. That is true because you're going from Windows 10 to Windows 11. There are a lot of similarities and there are some differences between both Windows 10 and Windows 11. But for many, the added hardware requirements and bad publicity around Windows 11 updates, breaking some popular features of the OS, have definitely played a part in customers' resistance to upgrading from Windows 10. The creation of the ESU program for all Windows 10 users then is both a recognition of the fact and welcome development as far as customers service goes. So there are some hardware requirements. One of the things that we'll talk about or at least touch on a little bit here, Windows 11 requires a TPM, which is a trusted platform module. What that is that's basically a hardware component. There's a TPM module device that can be installed on your motherboard, or it can be used as firmware or software if your motherboard supports the TPM firmware or software to allow for your hard drive to be encrypted. TPM, basically trusted platform module, is basically a encryption feature that is used to encrypt your hard drive to keep it more secure in case your laptop or computer is stolen or in case someone tries to get into your data. If that TPM module is set up and is encrypting your hard drive, thieves or hackers can't get into your hard drive. I won't dive deep into that, but understand the hardware requirement for Windows 11. It must have a TPM feature, whether it's a TPM device or module installed on the motherboard, or it's the firmware or software that comes with the board to support TPM. Let's continue on. So normally extended security updates are reserved for organizations and enterprise customers who have a lot of interconnected systems that rely on common OS to operate and so are very resistant to upgrading. People are typically shocked when they find out how many businesses, government agencies, and organizations are still using operating systems like Windows XP and Windows 7. I know an organization that is still using Windows 7. I won't share who they are. But large companies and organizations build entire workflows, trainings, and bespoke software around these operating systems. And switching to a new operating system might have unforeseeable consequences that can be very costly. As much, Microsoft, Apple, and other typical offer these big customers long-term support programs where security updates are pushed out even if new features are not available basically for a few years after general end of life support stops for more mainstream users. This is the first time though that something similar is being offered to anyone. So basically this is the first time that Microsoft is offering end of life support for an extended period of time to basically the public. It's willing to pay the $30 to keep Windows 10 secure for just a little while longer. Hopefully, this can be the start of a trend going forward for popular operating systems like Windows 10, as I'm sure many Windows 10 fans will gladly pay a small fee to keep using their preferred OS without any risks or risking their PC security. So, this article again is by Techradar and John Loeffler. I hope I pronounced that right. John, if you came across the video, my apologies. But this has good information. And it talks about the ESU program, about basically once October 14th of 2025 hits, you can choose to pay the $30 for a year of security updates, no new features, but security updates until October of 2026. Let's dive into the blog that it talks about for Windows here. Let's dive into that article. All right, let's take a look at this Windows blog here. I won't dive all the way into this whole article. Be aware that both of these articles will be in the description. So take a look at these articles, please, to kind of read a little bit more on some of the information that they share, especially in this blog. But this Windows 10 blog talks about how to prepare for Windows 10 end of support by moving to Windows 11 today. It kind of talks about, again, when the end of support begins or when it will start, based October 14th of 2025. Talks about the benefits. You can read through this. I'm not going to dive deep into it. It's definitely is more secure on Windows 11 because the TPM module, what I talked about, the trusted platform module, talked about some of the AI stuff, multitasking, Copilot, right? But it does again talk about the hardware, right? It talks about here, Windows 10 will no longer receive security updates. If you pay the $30 after our starting October 14th of 2025, you'll continue to get the security updates for Windows 10 till 2026. As security threats evolve and adapt, so must our operating system and hardware. Because of this, we've designed Windows 11 to be more secure version of Windows ever, or the most secure version of Windows ever. Sorry. By default and design to help you stay ahead of those risks. Advanced security features, including hardware based protection through TPM 2.0. I didn't dive into the different versions, but understand what TPM is. Again, it's trusted platform module and it basically encrypts your hard drive. TPM 2.0 enhanced authentication methods, virtualization based security fully enabled by default. Windows 11 also includes phishing protection. Windows 11 also has like Windows Defender. We'll do a video about that here later. And it's offering robust defense mechanisms and provides an extra layer of security against common and persistent cyber attacks, like attempts to compromise login credentials or install malware. So, again, I do agree with that. Windows 11 is definitely more secure, but it's still vulnerable. Be aware, it's still vulnerable to attacks or viruses. And it talks about some of the benefits here. You can read the article or read the blog and talk about the benefits. I want to dive into the extended security update program. Where is that? All right. So this is where it talks about the extended security updates for individuals and organizations of all sizes. So we understand that some of you may require additional time while moving to a new Windows 11 PC or Copilot Plus PC. During this time, you may wish to take steps to help secure your existing PC. As previously announced, we will offer our extended security updates program. Enrolled PCs will continue to receive critical and important security updates for Windows 10. So if you enroll into the ESU program when they make it available next year for your Windows PC, you won't get new features, but again, you'll get the critical and important security updates that Windows 10 needs to keep updating the operating system, to keep updating the code, to keep your system from being vulnerable to attacks or malware. However, new features, bug fixes, and tech support will no longer be available from Microsoft. So this is where it kind of talks about, again, where you can enroll into that ESU program. It talks about, and for first time ever, we're introducing the ESU program for personal use as well. The ESU program for consumers will be a 1-year option. Again, you enroll into this program here next year, October 14th of next year. You get 1 year until 2026 of Microsoft allowing for you to do your important and critical security updates for Windows 10. Program enrollment will be available closer to the end of support in 2025. So I'm assuming, I haven't heard or seen anything yet for when Microsoft will make this enrollment available into the ESU program, but I am assuming that this ends in October. So maybe August or September. I'm assuming maybe August is when they will open up the enrollment for the ESU program for Windows 10. And I'll be honest, I will do that. I have at least two computers. It still has Windows 10. I got some stuff on there that I still use under Windows 10. So I will probably extend my security updates for those computers that has Windows 10. If you're wanting to hear what I have to say, should I transition over to Windows 11, once it ends in October? I will say this. If you have a Windows 10 computer that has a certain program that works best on Windows 10, pay the $30 and get the security updates. Once you get into 2026 and you no longer get those updates, long as if you have some type of paid security program like um, ESET, or if you have like Norton on your computer that still protects you and that it still supports Windows 10, then I'm gonna be one of those users that, sometime 2026, and I no longer receive those updates, those security updates. I use security software and it still supports Windows 10. So I will probably still continue to use those computers after 2026. But for those users who are not like real techie like me, and you're still trying to make up your mind if you should transition over from Windows 10 to Windows 11, I would not recommend to upgrade your Windows 10 computer to Windows 11, especially if it's an older computer that may have had Windows 8 and it upgraded to Windows 10, and it may have the option to upgrade to Windows 11. Sometimes those older computers, especially if it came with Windows 10, once if that hardware on that computer was designed and best works with Windows 11 or best works with Windows 10, sorry, then you may not want to upgrade that Windows 10 computer to Windows 11. It probably will definitely work, especially if your computer that's a Windows 10 computer right now that has the TPM features. It'll probably work, but you may see some performance issues a little bit. I've had some experiences that I've upgraded a Windows 10 laptop to Windows 11 and it works, but there's a little bit of sluggishness, if that's a word I can use, from when I had it on Windows 10. Some of the programs and things worked fine, didn't have any performance issues, but once I moved it to Windows 11, it worked, but it was a little sluggish. I would recommend if you're ready to use Windows 11, if you can, just invest into a Windows 11 computer. Keep that Windows 10 computer, as like an additional computer. Make sure you have some security software on there like ESET or Norton on there that still supports Windows 10 and still protects you on Windows 10, and just invest into a new Windows 11 computer. You can get computers from like Micro Center that are Windows 11 computers for like $300-400. You might even find a computer at Micro Center if you have a Micro Center store near you. If you don't have a Micro Center store near you, then you might want to look at maybe doing Amazon or Newegg. But if you are not familiar with Micro Center, definitely email me at content@TekSupportSpy.com. I can tell you a little bit about Micro Center. The reason why I brought up Micro Center is because I shop there a lot. Um, they don't have a store in every state or every city, but I can see if there is a Micro Center store near you if you want to learn more about the store. But you can get, like refurbished Windows 11 computers, or you can get new computers from Micro Center. You can also get computers that are Windows 11 at a good price at like Best Buy as well, or Target. Definitely you can purchase a Windows 11 computer from like Amazon or Newegg. So there's are a variety of online retailers as well as local, retailers that have like a brick and mortar shop that you can go to and purchase a Windows 11 computer. But I would recommend just invest into a new Windows 11 computer. Don't upgrade your computer if you don't have, you're not able to purchase a new Windows 11 computer and you want to transition over to Windows 11. Then yeah, at that point, I would recommend if your computer has TPM features, then go ahead and upgrade. Just understand you may have a little bit of sluggishness around your computer, as your computer was designed to work with Windows 10. It may not fully, be at the peak performance if you migrate over to Windows 11. That's just my take on it. I'm giving you information based on my experience. But again, I wanted to share with you about this ESU program. There's a lot of videos out there about the ESU program. I'm a little late in doing a video on this, but if you do have some questions, comment below. Comment below. I do read the comments. Comment below. I can answer any questions you may have. And I hope this video helped you out. Be aware, I will be looking to put out a workshop and showing you how to see the differences between Windows 10 and Windows 11. I'm going to help those who are non-tech savvy understand the differences. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share this video. Please like this video if you like my content. Comment below on how this video helped you, if it helped you at all. Even give me feedback. And if you have questions about transitioning from Windows 10 to Windows 11, comment below or email us at content, CONTENT, at TekSupportSpy.com. All right. We appreciate you watching. Thank you for watching Tech Support. Bye.